I want to start by saying I really do like My Hero Academia. It was one of the first animes I've ever watched, but I have no interest in this new movie, and I'm excited for the new season. I'm watching it, but this movie has got nothing for me. And I'm not big for like movie tie-ins anyway. Usually I think it's just clunky and bad for the show. Either they ignore what happens completely like My Hero tends to do, or they just kind of add it in really clunkily and kind of barely refer back to it, because if you just watch the show and don't watch the movie, you'll have no idea what they're talking about. Which is what I believe One Piece kind of does. They kind of allude to this stuff, but for the most part, they act like it didn't happen. And I know this sounds super hater-ish, but they're kind of setting us up for like a 2-hour, or however long it's going to be, like a 2-hour fanfic where we're seeing a clone of All Might that's evil this time, just running around doing bad things while all of our favorite characters get to use their powers in cool ways that we might not get to see in the show ever. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just like, it feels like a waste of my time and a waste of my energy, because I used to get really invested, and I went to see the last My Hero movie in theaters twice, and I didn't overly enjoy it, and I didn't love it. I went with my friends and once with my girlfriend, and I just didn't overly enjoy it, and I thought I did, and I was enjoying the hype, and I liked seeing my characters do new things, but just the more I watched, I was just like, oh, this is just bright colors. This is just bright colors for me. And I know this is nothing new. I shouldn't expect the world from these movies, but I think it's so much worse when you have Demon Slayer releasing at the exact same time of year. The first episode just came out. I watched it, and when they have a movie, it's an event. The movie gets condensed into the first like 5 episodes of the new season, and what you're watching is going to be the subject of the entire show for the next year. Like, it's gonna have massive impacts. When Demon Slayer has a movie where Goku dies and everything goes downhill and it gets crazy. When My Hero has a movie, you get like wacky clones and crazy adventures, and Bakugo gets to use the All for One, and it gets all crazy sometimes. And it's just like, I don't know, like in the movie where that happened, where I forget the name of it, but where Bakugo and Deku are using All for One. Deku literally gets this like free band thing that lets him use All for One, the power, as much as he wants, and then that's just gone when he leaves. He doesn't get to keep that. It just breaks in the fight, and then it's like, oh, we'll never get you a new one of those. Sorry, that was really useful and caused you a lot of damage, but you're not going to get another one of those. Go break your arms, you 14-year-old kid. Don't introduce stuff into these movies if you're gonna remove it immediately in some really ignorant way, especially if it was just like, oh, this thing that someone made that's here just broke. Shucks. Like, if I just had to take a wild guess, I would say this is probably going to be one of the worst performing, if not the worst performing, of the My Hero movies, because it feels gimmicky. And it's like, it's not like not to keep harkening back to Demon Slayer, but it's just like, the things that happen in those movies, you're not just investing in the movie, you're investing in the next like 4 or 5 months of your life as these episodes come out, and you talk about them and you watch them and you enjoy them and like you experience it. Like, everything that you watched in that theater is like an early access to what is gonna develop throughout the next season. Like, I remember seeing the Demon Slayer movie with my friends and just being so excited for the new episodes to come out, just like losing my mind, like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened, like, what's gonna happen next? And like, that's a whole nother video that I want to do on that movie. But it's just like, it made me so excited for the next season. And when you watch the My Hero movie, I guarantee you at the end you're not going to be thinking like, oh my god, I can't wait to see how this affects the next episode of My Hero. No, it's going to have no impact. Your investment begins and ends in that theater or whenever you rewatch the movie. It's just, there's no long-term payoff when you're going. Then that's the reason the Demon Slayer movie did so good, because you're not just seeing the movie, you're seeing the culmination of not only the previous seasons that you've watched, but the continuation of the show will be always based on that movie and impacted by what happened during it. Main characters died in that movie, and not that characters have to die in these movies, but to have real impact is important for anyone to care.